Instead of messaging, sit down and have an uninterrupted face-to-face conversation with someone. Instead of looking at the world through pixels, go for a walk. See it in real life. Even just take a minute, close your eyes, tilt your head back, and feel the sun upon your face. The world is full of beautiful things. They can't all be captured in 140 characters or carried on the world's largest 4G network. Don't miss them. I've also noticed the world of your generation is full of pressures. Pressure from parents, pressure from teachers, pressure from friends, pressures to take the right classes, apply to the right schools, get the right jobs, have the right phone. Pressures to be at all the practices, all the rehearsals, all the study groups, all the camps, all the tournaments, all the performances, all the competitions, and on and on and on. Pressures the rest of us never had to deal with. Pretty soon, those pressures are going to be coming from other places, whether it be professors or bosses or spouses. You may not be able to avoid them altogether, but you can make the decision to be the one who doesn't put pressure on others. So my second piece of advice is this. Instead of so much pressure, choose to give grace. One thing I've learned over the last couple years is that there's no greater gift you can give someone than grace. I have a book I like to read sometimes. It's a very good book. It's actually the greatest selling book of all time. You probably have one lying around your house somewhere. Anyway, this book talks a lot about grace. It says that grace can't be earned. It's not an accomplishment or reward. It's not something someone can brag about getting because they did something better than everyone else. It can only be given as a gift. You see, grace is compassion. Grace is forgiveness. Grace is understanding. And when things seem to be at their absolute worst, grace is saving. The world of your generation is going to need grace. Be the ones to give it. One other thing I've noticed is that the world of today, the world of your generation that you are now entering, seems to focus so much on numbers. Everyone wants something that looks nice on a graph, or chart, or fits easily into a headline. Consider your last 4 years. Test scores, state and national rankings, RAI scores, the list goes on. Some of the numbers on that list are very impressive. For example, here are some of the numbers from your 4 years at Pella High. Average ACT score this year, 25.1. Median GPA for the class of 2014, 3.1. You've earned more than 3,000 college credits during your career in high school. 4 grand championships, 8 3A championships in show choir. 10 speech all-staters this year alone. 0 losses in Class 3A marching band competitions. 1 state jazz championship. 1 triple crown in forte. And at least 23 conference championships, 15 district championships, 20 state qualifiers, and 2 state championships so far in various sports and activities. And those are just team numbers. They don't include individual accomplishments. Those are incredible. I hope someday you understand how incredible that truly is, that list of accomplishments. Something to be proud of, but you're not numbers. You're not something on a sheet of paper or in a file. You're not a score on a test. You're not a GPA, a class rank, or an ACT score. You're not trophies, plaques, or banners. You're people. You're classmates. Your stories. You're a story about acting out brown bear, what do you see in Mrs. Berger's kindergarten class? You're a story about a fourth grader sitting at the front of the room, reading to her classmates when Mrs. Voss had a meeting and the substitute teacher never showed up. You're a story about sticking your finger in the fan in 6th grade study hall. You're a story about how after doing pull-ups in Mrs. Belding's PE class, you asked for some thread. Why? Because your biceps were so ripped that they needed fixed. You're a story about your parents taking Mr. Schulte up on his offer to come to your math class with you. You're a story about 6 Power Rangers making a 4-year-old boy feel like he can save the world. You're a story about overcoming hardships and bad choices that had you on the verge of dropping out, to walking across this stage tonight with a great job already. You're a story about being a cancer survivor by the age of 14. You're a story about losing a parent. You're a story about overcoming the death of your best friend. Your stories of winning and losing, stories of falling and getting back up, stories that make people laugh, stories that make people cry. Your stories of compassion, stories of kindness, stories of accomplishment. Your stories that inspire. Each and every one of you is a story that is still being written. It's a blank page of endless possibilities. To have those possibilities is a blessing. It is exciting. So my final piece of advice for you, my prayer for you, is that you take advantage of that possibility. Capitalize on that excitement. Don't wait. Leave here tonight. Begin writing another chapter in an amazing story. A story that is worth sharing with others. I want to finish by saying congratulations to the class of 2014. You are at the pinnacle of a great accomplishment. A feat that comes with challenges most people here tonight aren't even aware of. Yet you overcame those challenges, and now you're ready to put pen to paper and begin writing your next chapter. So as a fellow Pella High alum, as one of your coaches, as one of your teachers, as one of your fathers, I want to tell you how very proud I am of all of you. And I have a message from a friend. Thank you.